So here's part two of this wonderful Google form video. Let's look at it from the volunteer side. Let's say that this is their email, like the person you sent it to. This is their email inbox. They got this message from you to fill out this form. This is what it's going to look like. This is our form that we built earlier. Now the only thing I changed is I forgot to tell you to put in the email address. You got to have their email addresses in there, so I put that option. So I am currently a volunteer filling this out. Let's find out what happens with this information. Let me put in any email address here. Okay. I picked my shoe size. We did that as a drop down. And then I picked my shirt size and I submitted. Now, if somebody else was with me, I could submit another response, etc., etc., etc. So, big deal. What happens with this information? Well, let's find out. Getting back into just plain old Google now. Switch. Let's pretend we're you. Okay, so you're looking at your Google now. Okay, you are signed in. Okay, and again, the way I found Google was to go Google Forms. And I'm going to go to Google Forms. I want to see if people are filling out this form that I emailed them. So I click on the form. And this time I go to responses and look, I've got 3 responses. Forget that. Okay. Not only that, it gave me like charts and stuff, which I didn't even know it did that. Okay. Now this is all nice and great. But I need this. This could be helpful if I need, depending on what it is. Maybe they're RSVPing for a get-together or a party or something. But if I click here, it will create a spreadsheet for me. Is it going to create a spreadsheet in Excel? No. It's going to create a spreadsheet in the Google Sheets is what it's called. But that's okay because it still kind of looks the same. And I can sort this information. Okay, this file will become my source file because it's what I've gathered all this information from. Okay, so then after this populates with all these people, I could go here and say, okay, just sort this by size, and I could order those shoes or I order those shirts or whatever. So this is the second part that some people don't really take advantage of, is that after you do your form and people start giving you responses, then if you export this into this sheet doc or whatever, this can become your source document for that, whatever it is you're working on. Okay. And notice that it's called Shirts and Shoes Responses. We're like, well, that's great, but how do I get to that file? Well, I'm glad you asked. So if you ever need to get to that information again, it's like, well, I want to get to those responses that not only the responses that I first clicked on, but what I looked at on the little Google Sheet. I make sure I'm signed in. And again, I could probably find it over there, but I'm just going to put Google Sheets. Go to Google Sheets. And look, here it is. Well, this is a different one. That's a different one I made. But shoes and shirts responses. That's the one that I did, right? So I can click on that. And I can copy and paste this information if I need to. So I know we're just talking shoes and shirts here. But if it's something else, like let's say you're trying to bring items for somebody that's sick or something and you want to use this, you could probably figure out a way to do that for signups. I'll talk about Signup Genius later, which is good for that. But this is a good tool, so I just thought I would let you know. Anyway, God bless. Thanks.